welcome back, guys, to some more Georgia State Dynasty. We start today with Sam Houston, and then we'll go into some conference games, starting off with Marshall. So let's first talk about Sam Houston. Here's Sam Houston with Jarek Flood, the sophomore, out here. 441 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. In the rushing game, it's going to be Jaden Scott, the junior, out of Georgia. A $136, two long runs of 20, but only touchdowns by Flood, who's a pure runner at quarterback. So I see a lot of option play here to start this game. In the receiving, it is Jermaine Hayes with 147 and 2 touchdowns. One touchdown. Keenan Barry Johnson has 3 touchdowns. There's 129 yards. So in 2 games there. We need to get some more sacks. We like how we are with the sacks so far. And this is a pretty fast linebacking core, it looks like. Well, maybe not the mic, but that Sam being 87 is crazy. Only 1 TFL and 1 sack that they've had, which is another crazy thing. They did have 2 fumbles. There is that. Let's get in this game. Let's have some fun and see if we can make it a 3-0 start to this second season. Sam Houston. We see our Panther here. It's a Panther against a Bearcat. What exactly is a Bearcat? It's not a bear, but it's not a cat. Well, it is a cat, but it's not a bear. I wonder what it is. We'll worry about that later. We have some fun time with Sam Houston. They're going to receive the ball. And here we go. Man, he can kick far. You'll love to see it. So this Jaden Scott led offense at halfback, that 91 speed could be difficult, but it's all about this option offense. If they run an option, they're going to start with the slant here to start. So Flood is the QB here, going to give it off and hand it off, and that's going nowhere. Jaden Scott in the backfield again. It's going to be an option play, and Flood is going to get it. I don't know about that. We aren't going to challenge it, though, this early. Can be handoff here. Going outside is Scott. Trying to make a little spin move in front of 3 defenders. That's not going to work, but they spot it as a first down, which is crazy again. So 2nd and 7 after a short run. Dropping back. Flood looking. Going to dump it off with a crosser underneath. And that is just a very, very good play against that. But here we send the blitz. And, well, actually, I think it's a 3-man rush with a 4th coming off a delayed rush. And that's great play action here. And there's Flood. The speed of the 10-5. And it looks like he was going to try to slide or dive, but he stopped at the 1. So here, giving it off. It's going to be the halfback. It's a new halfback. It is not going to be Scott. This is our little bulldozer here. And that is an interesting carry by Brown. He is their goal line package running back. And Landon Brown's going to be sucking up these touchdowns for Scott. And Scott's probably not happy in the sideline. But here we go. McGee returning this one and only getting to the 18. Pretty good kickoff there. Last week, it was a complete domination by Jameis Wilder. And we are hoping for a repeat against this fast offense. We're going to start off with a carry to Wilder. And that's a good gain of 13 in the heart of this defense. Another option play, handoff to Wilder, has good blocks in front of him. The offensive line is surprisingly doing a pretty good job right now as this snap is off the mark. Quick throw, and that's the Lions getting him active early for a good first down. Working the Bearcat territory, little delayed blitz throw out into the flat. That is a dangerous throw, hospital pass. But on 2nd and 10, another Tight throw. McGee cannot hold on to it. 3rd and 10. Dropping back. Looking, going underneath. That one is only a 3-yard gain, and we're kind of in between a punt and a field goal, so we're going to take this. Delayed blitz off the right side. Looking, throws this into pressure. I had a man. I had a man down the sideline. He was open. It was triangle. I did not throw it. And we turn it over on that. It is a crosser. It's coming, a deep crosser there that we're trying to go to, but the deep crosser pulls in, and there he is at the 20, just standing right there by himself. So we give it back to the Bearcats, and they're going to do a receiver pass toss, and that wasn't a smart play. 2nd 13. Flood moving around. We'll put it down in the flat, and that will be a gain of 3. 3rd and 6. Looking, pressure, and that's a good contain as Keelan Butler has himself a sack, and Flood just does not like that, and we hold strong on defense. Stanley going underneath to Reynolds, just trying to get the chains moving and get this going into Bearcat territory. Handoff, good I formation as Hart gets his first carry, and that's a good 1st down. A bunch set out of the shotgun. Good blitz off the side, and maybe a late throw to McGee, but it is dropped again. Going to be a handoff to Wilder, and nowhere to good penetration, making a 3rd and long. Man in motion, Wilder on the left side, dropping back to only rush 3. Going on the left side, Stanley looking, has time waiting, goes down the sideline. Wilder tiptoe grab, he's got it. They're going to say it's a 1st down. What a throw and a catch there for Wilder, and we are a 1st and goal from the 7, setting up a screen. Stanley's there, but good coverage there to at least not bite completely on the screen there, as pretty even game besides that pick, but we are knocking on the door. Dropping back. Stanley, quick blitz off the edge from the corner, and that has to be thrown quickly. A 3rd and goal from the 4. Dropping back. Blitz in his face. Stanley stepping back, and a man fell down in the secondary. Collier is all by himself as he rocks the baby in the end zone for the touchdown. Pretty sure you're supposed to have the football with you to rock the baby, but it's all right. You could rock an invisible baby because the tie ball game. We accept that. And I don't know what happened to that corner. He ran to his own man. There was a lot of traffic in the middle, and he was wide open. Here we go again. Going to start off with another RPO slant. Almost said screen there. And another screen this time. Outside has a couple of blocks, and to the 45 of their own 45. Here, Scott going to get this one. Good pancake up the middle, freeing him into Panther territory. That makes a 2nd and 2. Little pistol formation, 2 tight ends, right side play action. Looking down, pressure in his face, and down he goes. A little QB spy working here. We're going to have him as a QB spy a lot, as I love messing with the quarterback there. Tell him you're there. Show him your presence. It's Kobe Owens. He's going to be chasing him around today on this defense. Crying the line here. Looking at 3rd and 4. We're going to send 5. And that is a not great coverage there on that man coverage. And that's an easy 1st down. Flood gets me to jump off. This is all on me. Obviously, it's encroachment. He got me. All right. He got me. My hands are up. He got me. It happens. I was ready for that, but yeah, it's 1st and 5 now. Drop back here. Looking quick on the screen. Easy. That spin move, though, is insane that close. We will get the 1st down on the 13. Man in motion, going to be hand off to Scott. Scott running into his own man, but that is a pretty good coverage and edge coverage, but this is bad run stopping. Right up the middle, just bobbing and weaving Scott through this defense. Yeah. That did not help things. Jaden Scott puts it up. It'll be a 14-7 game. Here we go, dropping back. Delayed blitz off the left linebacker. Stanley moving around looking. Throws it out to Lyons. Lyons has room here, trying to get one man to miss, and the safety just catch up with them. But a great play. Scramble out, get some time, give it to your playmaker. And here is a screen, but no one is on the backside on that one. It did not fool him. We also have a possible hold on Maskell. It will be. Funny part is, we were sacked for a loss of 10. They're not going to take that penalty. It's 2nd and 20. Drop it back here, looking, going over the middle, and we see Hollier get behind the defense. Or actually get behind one receiver pulling the defense. That might say 3rd and 8. Dropping back, looking, going underneath. Here's Hollier again, and he will have the first down. The chains are moving despite that penalty. Stanley, play action. Wilder's absolutely destroyed. I don't know what the left tackle is doing. We're just going to get some depth so we can throw it away. And wow, the left tackle got bullied there. So a 2nd and 10, dropping back. A stunt on the defense. We're going to move around looking. We're going to scramble for this one. Get close to the sticks. They'll mark us short. 3rd and inches. I formation. Wilder in the backfield. Going to hand it off here. Wilder has some space. One man misses, and there is Wilder with a great run. In this Panthers crowd, right in front of the band, throwing the football down. And Pouncy, the pouncing Panther, we're going to call him, all right, is out here rallying the crowd so we can pounce on the Bearcats, all right? What cat will win? I think it's all on the Panthers. All right. Gonna hand off here to the left side, and Scott with a nice gain. Getting to the 31. I formation, tight end, right side. Scott in the backfield. Gonna hand it off to him again. And we put a lot of that pressure with a run blitz on the left side, and he runs it on the right. Not great. Scott back in the backfield with the man in motion. Dropping back, looking. Nowhere to go, and that speed is there. That speed, he has it, and we were thinking about stopping all the routes deep. Well, Flood has those wheels, and Flood's going to throw it out with this screen, and, well, we're going to corral that after a gain of 6. 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a play action, quick throw. Interesting little razzle-dazzle with the RPO, and it's a first down. So tight end on the left side. Scott just rolling into a bunch of blue jerseys there for a short gain. Dropping back, looking. Flood pressures in his face, and he is going to throw it, and a man breaks free. What is this? Flood out here showing his maneuverability, showing his speed, and his eyes downfield. Scott taken down there, and it is 26 seconds left. On the 7-second goal, can we hold strong here? Dropping back, looking, going, and that is a great route. It's a good catch. Bearcat has the last laugh in the first half, but hey, you play 4 quarters, we will come out on top. Stunts there, don't go anywhere, and I don't know where Stanley's doing, but that ball is in the dirt. Dropping back, quick throw right side, trying to get something. Reynolds is not going to get out of bounds. We're going to take a timeout. Dropping back again. Stanley looking, going to give it out to Wilder. And we're just not going to have enough time to take a shot downfield. Doesn't have the arm strength to make it, but one can hope. Yeah, he's about 10 yards short, and, well, that's in triple coverage. So it's 21-14. Flood showing his wheels out there, passing around and showing how he can run around the field. And that's something we're going to have to contain in the second half of this Bearcat offense. We do have a funny thing here. West Virginia just beat the hell out of Oklahoma State, who was ranked 11, 37-20. Shout out to Hawkins here, who, yeah. If you haven't seen Mr. Hurricanes franchise, the man is a menace. Here we have some other scores. Texas over Alabama, keeping that 4-0. Archie Manning doing a great bid to get the Heisman this season. And we'll see if it actually works, just like we'll see this Panther offense out here first. Hand off to Wilder, quickly taken down. They'll give him 3. Bunch set right side. Wilder in the backfield, dropping back. Gonna pass over the middle, and that just does not allow Lions to have it in stride. We're gonna be hand off to Wilder here. Gets a little small gap for the first down. Out of the shotgun, dropping back. Looking, going to be a zone here, it looks like, and Reynolds underneath will get 9. Out of the shotgun, hand off to Wilder. Good pancake up the middle, and Wilder has some room working deep into Bearcat territory. But we do have an injury on the offensive line. It looks like Maskell. We'll have to see if that injury is anything major. Dropping back here, they send 5. We go for the tight end, and what is this contact before the ball's there? Maskell will put in his reserve. He'll be back later on in the game. But what is that contact downfield? 2nd 10. Going over. I don't know what Wilder's doing. He's running back to our locker room, I guess, the opposite side of the field. But, yeah. 3rd and 10. Dropping back. Blitz is there. We're going for it all. Deep in Lions. You got to contest for the football, my guy. It's 4th and 10, though. We're a little bit too close or too far for this field goal. And look at Stanley with the wheels in the first down. Tight end right side, hand off to Wilder, and I just run right into that one. That's not a smart play. The receivers on the right side, play action. Blitz off the edge, and we are just getting demolished in this play action. 3rd and 18, a blitz again, looking, throws it out to McGee against the pressure behind the blitz. That's 4th and inches. You know what? We're going to go for it. Wilder in the backfield, single back set. He's going to have that one and be taken down at the 1. Can we punch the ball in? Goal line be damned. Well, the goal line stand works for Sam Houston. Going to be an I formation, and Wilder's not going to go anywhere. It's a 3rd and goal. Murray in the backfield. Play action. He's going to pick up the blitz. Quick throw to the Lions, and no, it's stopped. We're going to go for 4th and goal. Dropping back. Blitz is there. Quick throw, and it's done. Or it could be dude. Depending. It's D-O-O-D. It's the big D-O-O-D out here dancing around in the end zone. Look at him. The man looks... I mean, he's a blocking tight end, but that's why they don't expect James Dude out there. It's not dude. It's Dud. D-O-D-D. Probably mispronouncing it still on that one out there. Trips left side for the Bearcats. Gonna hand it off to Brown, and Brown is forced out of bounds. 3rd and 4. Can we have a stand and get off the field? Thrown to a screen. It will not be this 3rd down that we get off the field. That is not helpful. Flood out here. Quick throw, and that is behind the receiver. He does not get down, though, so it's not picked. Flood dropping, looking, and there it is. You remember Kobe Owens. I remember Kobe Owens. And now Flood remembers Kobe Owens over here, showing them what it's about. And look, the Bearcats frustrated. It's 21-21. Can we get this game all rolling? Flood here, pressure in his face, and down he goes again. Keelan with the stop. Now it's us. Wilder with the handoff to the 40, and we are rolling. Need to keep the change rolling, and the little play action is not the greatest, but this time we get away with it. Wilder with a short game. Dropping back, looking. Good pressure, but Lions is way open underneath, and we go to him for the first down. As we go into the 4th quarter, here's how it matches. We've got Lions to 72 yards. We've kind of concentrated on getting him the ball, and it's worked out at times. Stanley scrambling here. Got nothing but room in front of him, and he's not going to compete for that. Not going to get the end zone. Out at the 4. The live formation, tight end right side. And I don't know what we're doing, but that is definitely not a blitz pickup, and that is another sack. A 2nd goal from the 14. Dropping back. Rolling off on the right side. We didn't have to. Going for it all there, and that's just a little bit delayed. We need to throw that a lot sooner if we're going to throw that into space. What a... I don't even know what stunt delay blitz that was, but that gets easily home, and so we have a field goal here to take a 3-point lead. We'll just take the points. It's a 24-21 game. Flood again with this on the outside with the RPO slant for the first down. Out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle, and there's Scott rolling into Panther territory. Now it looks like neither defense wants to play defense other than sacks, as we have a sack right here. 9 sacks on the day combined for both teams. Flood out of the backfield, 2 tight ends on the left side going, and he has a man, and look at this. I think that's DeLuca in coverage, or DeLuca, just not great. And that's not a great run for this defense. It is for this offense. This Bearcat offense is rolling here in the 11. 1st and 10, going into the end zone. What a catch! Is there any defense in this game? That's Scott. There's no defense to be found on either side. Sam Houston wants their first win, and they're trying to give us our first loss. It's 28-24. Play action going underneath, and that's batted down. Out of the shotgun here, dropping back, looking, and pressure's there, and we just need to get rid of the ball. There's a man open underneath, and now Stanley is cold under this, and again we get too much depth and try to throw it away. It's a safety. Things are just not going great, but we're still in this game. If we get a stop, and it's DeMarco out here with the punt, so it's going to be a short field, and our defense has to show up. So out of the shotgun here, man in motion, going to be a screen, and I don't know what happened there with the block switching, but we'll take the stop. 2nd 9. Look through another screen, and that is easily taken out. It's 3rd and 7. Will we see a 3rd screen in a row? No, we will not. But over the middle, and that's knocked out of his hands. What coverage! And now we need something good here. 5 minutes left to play. Murray takes us down. Evades 1 defender and a 2nd. Going outside. Oh, he tries to cut it in a couple of blocks. He had some room. He could have taken that all the way if he cuts it back on the outside. Wilder here getting this one, breaking a tackle in the backfield to gain 5. Clock is ticking. 2nd and 5. Handoff. Wilder again close to the sticks. I'll call it a 3rd and inches for this I formation. Tight ends on the left side, and what a bully there. Like Stanaland in the middle. You'll love to see that. 3rd and 11. Handoff to Wilder. Has a couple of good blocks out there by the tight end and receiver. On the 2nd and 3, we're going to do it again and fight for this yards. Breaking a tackle and takes a big hit for the first down. Last play before the 2-minute timeout is going to be a screen. Murray gets this one, and he is going to roll out for a gain of 6. 2nd and 4, dropping back, looking. Going on the right side, looking. We're going to scramble this one and just move the chains. And here we go. Stanley dropping back. Pressure in his face, hit as he throws, and that's going to fall incomplete. A 2nd and 10, dropping back. Pressure's there. Rolling right side, throws off his back foot, and it's caught! McGee! What a catch! We got to take another look at that. Stanley off balance, just rolling away from the pressure. The pressure's going to get there fast. Off the back foot. And there's McGee. 1 foot, 2 foot, touchdown, Panthers, 1-point game. Here we send a delayed rush here, and that is going to be a sack. So dropping back, Flood again, pressure flushes him out, and he's going to run for this one and make a little move to get the first down. So trying to get within field goal range. Rolling out to the left side, pressure in his face, and it drops incomplete. 2nd and 10, man in motion to the right, play action. We send it all, and it gets home. The 7th sack today. Dropping back, 3rd and 18. Flood has a mile to go, and he wants half of it back. 4th and 9. 1 back in the backfield, dropping back. Flood looks, looking around, no one downfield, goes for it, and it's going to be tipped away. And what a good it's the true freshman, Cameron Lampkin. We'll take a look at this. He's looking, he's dropping back, he's looking to quarterback. He sees the route coming across, and he is just in the position to knock it down. Taking a look at this, it is a pretty good play. Could have been caught, but we do take that, and it's victory formation. What a game. 1-point win. Can you believe this? A 1-point win. I mean, I can't, because last season we had a lot of close games like this, but I love the grit. I love the toughness. TJ Stanley, he is your player of the game. What a crazy, crazy game. I didn't think this was going to be as crazy as a game. With this, we had this sack in the end zone, but I love, like, Sam Houston's around our same overall. This was a great game. Now on to the next one and the stats and all that fun stuff. Well, that was a bit of a nail biter there at the end. Not great for the offense, but we finished strong, and that got us the win. But the defense also came through. Lampkin is looking like a fantastic player. I'm hoping long term we can keep him in, because he has been great in coverage. Look at this here. Total offense 349. We like to see that. We got over the 20-point threshold as well. Buck 19 on the ground. That kind of stifled us in the box with a lot of their speed, but hey, still Buck 19 off 29 carries and a touchdown. Still pretty good, if you ask me. Yeah, we went 21 to 34 with 3 touchdowns. The issue with that is we did give up 1 turnover. Not a smart interception, but do you really have a smart interception? Well, I will say it was an okay situation, because it was 4th down, so we probably should not have went for it, but it kind of is what it is for that one. Let's go through the player stats here. We're going to start with us. TJ Stanley, 21 to 34, 230, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. In the rushing department, Wilder, buck 20 and a touchdown. He is doing great. I don't think he's had a game that's under 100 yards rushing at this point. In the receiving, 72 off 5 catches for Lions, starting to get him more and more involved. McGee with that touchdown, just wow. And then Hollier had one, and then Dodd out of a 13 personnel set comes through and gets us a touchdown as well. We gave up 3 sacks. We were definitely sacked more than that, and a lot of pressure on us at times. Owens with 9 total tackles, 2 TFLs for him, and 2 sacks, playing a little bit of a QB spy. It actually worked pretty well for him. 2.5 for Butler. Bransford, Grant each have 1, and Harris has the other half. No interceptions, no forced fumbles. Here's your pass deflections. And Lampkin is doing a pretty good job with what he needs to do. Sam Houston, Jarek Flood, 19-24, 197, 2 touchdowns, pretty clean game, and he gave us a run for our money at times. We kept him in check in the rushing, but Scott just under 100 yards at 98 and a touchdown. Landon Brown also had a touchdown. I think there was a goal line carry. The receiving, Barry Johnson with 54. The touchdown by Derek Bledsoe the third. Not a lot of passing here, but hey, this is the biggest thing. 37 yards rack for him and Jarius Moore. That doesn't look good for us. So sacks, we got 3 on the right tackle. We like to see that. Slates and Bay here with 12 total tackles. TFLs by Bay. He looks great. Had 3 sacks of his own coming in off blitzes. Carter, Gardner, and Slate with those sacks, and then Jackson Overland in the air. Just, they had us under pressure a lot, but we came through. What a great game that we just played against Sam Houston, and I will take a 1-point win. Even if it's not flashy, I will take the 1-point win. Let's go to the next week where we will play Marshall. We got a couple of guys playing us out. And championship contender, we're C- right now. That is crazy. That is crazy to think of right now. We are a C- in championship contender, ranked around in the 50s. Playing style, Maskell might end up leaving, but our biggest issue is probably brand exposure, and then also pro potential out of everything. So we're 71 across the board right now, and you'll love to see it. All right, Marshall, to start our conference play. Let's go in these season stats for Marshall. So they're playing with AJ Fox, the freshman, starting out here. 757 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a pocket passer. In the rushing department, Duke Watson, the senior, 329 so far, 2 touchdowns. We also see 5 runs of 20 plus. Boston with 93 yards and a touchdown. In the receiving department, 214 for Chris Culliver, the senior, the elusive route runner. And then Nedrick Bolden Jr. out here, the gadget guy, 116 and 2 touchdowns, 155 for Stevens, 144 for Mayweather. So starting to see a lot of a balanced attack between their 3 receivers and the tight end. Not giving up a lot of sacks, so it's going to be a bit difficult in the grand scheme of things. A lot of speed in this secondary and linebacking core that we have to worry about. Just wow. TFLs, I mean, they got a handful of TFL sacks. 2 for Kearns, 2 for Ains, and then 2 interceptions so far. Only 3 forced fumbles. Do they have a touchdown? No, they don't. All right, let's get this one with Marshall. This will start conference play. The start of conference play. We're starting with Marshall. Crazy game against the Bearcats. Just crazy. Crazy. But here we go. We need to settle ourselves at home to play against the Herd. Marshall gave us a little bit of a scrappy time last season, but we came up and we won that game. We're looking to try to stay perfect on the season, and being 4-0 could be a crazy start to the season. We might think about pumping up some of the difficulty here and playing some bigger teams these first 3 weeks. But here we go. We are going to take this ball first, and we're going to take it just on the goal line. That is a questionable take there. And McGee is going to bring it up to the 15, and we will start this offense out. Stanley, while he got a quarterback masterclass, he did throw 1 pick, so we need to not get ahead of ourselves, and we need to protect the football. We're going to start out with a Wilder handoff up the middle for a gain of 4. The shotgun again. Wilder's going to get this one. We're going to rely on the run game and play off the play action in the screen game as we put out a receiver screen. Lions is going to make a move, and what a good play, just getting him involved early. The shotgun, Stanley dropping back, looking, going to put it out to Wilder. Wilder in the flat will get those yards back and then some. The gain of 3, dropping back, looking. Wilder in protection. McGee underneath for the first down. Tangled up, but here we go. I formation. It's going to be a run. Has some room, and Wilder close to moving the sticks again. Here we go, dropping back, blitz off the corner. We're going to go away from that, and we're going to run for this one and get the first down. Looking here at a drop back out of the shotgun, going underneath McGee, dropping another ball. McGee just needs to hold on to the football. Dropping back here, we're going to go underneath behind the blitz to Reynolds. We'll get close to a first down, 3rd and 3. Dropping back, delayed blitz. We're going to throw it underneath Reynolds. That's knocked out of his hands, and we're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Dropping back, looking, rolling out to the right side. Do we have the speed? Stanley has the speed in the first down. Dropping back, looking. We're going to go away from this pressure. Looking downfield, don't like anything. We do an off-balance throw. Lucky that isn't picked off. Defender just didn't see it, I guess. But maybe a 2nd and 10. We're We're going to put this underneath to McGee and make this a manageable 3rd and 3. Going to be a handoff here to Wilder. And what a bad block. It's 4th and inches. We're going to go for it, though. Wilder gets this one, and he will have the first down. Looking here, Stanley going to set up a screen. Going to try to bait everyone in, and we just throw that way too late. On 2nd down, the shotgun trips left. Pressure up the middle, and we move away from that. We have some room, and we are going to take... Stanley's going to take a hit there. A little worse for wear, but we did not take as much here. Stanley, and pressure, throws it too low. And now... we just gave the ball back on a 4th down. And AJ Fox out here, Tracy Stevens last week, hooked up. Fox is going to run this one. Little RPO action. Watson in the backfield next to Fox. This is going to be another quarterback keeper, and we stop him. 3rd and inches. Looking at here. And that's going to be a handoff. Nothing but room in there. And what a bad angle! And Watson takes us the distance. What a bad angle on that one, and that's no excuse there. No excuse for that one. Bad angle, and the crowd is shocked. Duke Watson showing us how bad we can be with some of these angles and speed. Is not something I counted on. So, yeah. It is what it is. But you can always get back into... it's only a 4-point game. And we are going to get back into running the football up the middle for a Wilder first down. Stanley with the tight end on the right side. Dropping back. And Stanley is going to take this one and slide. And we have a timeout, injury timeout. That looks like Smith on the offensive line. We'll see if that is a long-term injury. But here, I just kind of go into the blitz. But luckily, Wilder holds onto that football. And Smith will get his reserve in. He'll be back later. Hand off to Wilder. And some good defense out here. And unfortunately, we can't take care of that. With a blitz on the left side. And that isn't a route for it, but... that is knocked away. 3rd and 8. Pressure in his face. Delivers it to Lions for the first down. Out of the shotgun. Dropping back, looking. Has time. Looking. We're going to run for this again. Stanley diving for the first down. And that will end your first quarter. Not great on that long run, but... we're in a situation where our running game and our offense... can actually march up and down the field. So let's see us do that, as we're going to start with Wilder here up the middle again to start the second quarter, running on or leaning on this running game. Dropping back this time, looking, going to throw. Not the smartest play. It's a 3rd and 6. Dropping back, looking. We're going to run from the pressure, and that is another incomplete ball. Well, it's 4th and 6. Don't ask me why we're going for this. YOLO, I guess. And yeah, that's not a great policy because that's picked off. And we gave it back to Marshall. A turnover on downs. And now an interception. And the turnover bone is out here. Well, this is a tough, tall task for the defense at this point, as Marshall... you're running, and that's Fox diving, and he only gets one. Fox out of the backfield and the shotgun on 3rd down over the middle, and that's a tight window and a first down. Out of the shotgun again, Watson. That's a little fake out there when the screen, and another first down. Our defense is gassed. Well, 1st and 10, dropping back. A delay blitz is there. Nowhere to go. Throws it out of bounds before he takes the hit. Hand off to Watson. Nowhere to go. Lampkins there. 3rd and 10. We send an extra runner going deep, and that looks like a little weird contact out there, but nothing is called. And the Panthers get it back. Pass out to McGee, and he drops another one. Dropping back. Looking downfield. Stanley going for it deep. And Lyons is there as a step on his man and taken down. What a throw. And Lyons, a big catch and a first down. That is the spark we needed. 68 yards off the catches already. Dropping back. Blitz is there. We throw it right behind it to Hollier. Get close to a first down. I formation. Tight end left side. And Wilder will move the sticks, but not much else. Man in motion is Wilder from left to right in the backfield. Blitz is up the middle. We run away from it. Dump it off to Wilder. Gets near the line of scrimmage. They'll say he loses 2. Going to be a screen on the outside. McGee this time does not drop it, but he does have a first down with that speed. First and goal from the 7. Dropping back. Blitz is there, trying to throw it into a screen pass to Wilder, but it doesn't work. Second and goal, handoff. Wilder gets a good block from McGee and into the end zone. And here we go. We got ourselves a ball game with the Panthers up 10-7. McGee sometimes will not catch the football. Sometimes we have to do a screen out to McGee. And sometimes McGee's out here bowling down people and getting blocks for Jameis Wilder to put it in the end zone. You'll love to see it. But here we go for this defense. Fox doing the fist pound. Maybe he's playing rock, paper, scissors out there. But, yeah, it don't matter. Watson has the first down. Man in motion, receiver left to right. Dropping back. Looking. Fox going over the middle. And he has some space to split the safeties there. Looks like a safety in the corner with a good deep ball. And that works into Panthers territory. Underneath, we corral to get that tackle, and it's a 2nd and 7. Going to be a screen as 2 blockers in front of him. Goes inside. I don't know why he doesn't take it outside there. Had more room, but that's a 3rd and 2. And what a block! And what a missed tackle. That hurts. And it's a 1st and 10. Watson gets this one. That looked like a face mask, but it's not going to be called. We get the 2-minute timeout. Play action again, going for it all up in the air and upended. Good defense. 3rd and 7. Fox dropping back. We send a blitz. They're underneath. Flag is thrown. It looked like Fox got absolutely demolished there by McCray, and it's going to be a roughing the passer. Fox paid the price, but he gets the first down. We'll make it from the 8-8, 1st and goal. Dropping back, we send a corner blitz over the middle, and that is dislodged there by Keelan. Dropping back again out of shotgun. Rolling up to the left, and he is taken down. Nick Bransford with the sack. And we see how competitive our first conference game is out there. We're going to take a timeout. It's a 3rd and goal from the 16. Dropping back, looking, throws off his back foot, puts it on the ground. It's picked up, and McCray's going to take this a distance. McCrary, I should say, not McCray. McCray's on the defensive line, but McCrary's not, because he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Now, we need to talk about something, EA. This is clearly not a fumble. Clearly. His ass is on the ground. He's camping. He's setting a fire. He's fishing. Whatever he's doing. Bro, I'm sorry. This is not a fumble. But the AI is not going to challenge that. And I don't know what they did to the game, but that is not going to be automatically challenged. So we'll get it. Don't ask me why. This is silly. Touchdown Panthers. 17-7. Fox here going to hand it off to Watson on the outside, and good edge protection for only a gain of 4. Dropping back, looking, going deep for all this time. Not anything special. Just stick your hands up there and knock it down. Watson in the backfield has to come up with a big block. It's just like that's a good broken tackle for the first down, and Marshall's going to have to take their first time out. Hand off to Watson. Watson and another flat-footed play at safety. And Marshall is trying to get this touchdown, and that's a good play. And clock's ticking. They've already taken their second timeout. 1 left. They're trying to save it. Going for it all and over. The intended receiver's hands. Intended to be a touchdown and missed it. Fox though rolling around. He's just going to move the chains and slide. And then they are going to take the timeout to take the field goal. The ball is up and just inside the upright. And that's, well, we'll take obviously a kickoff, but nothing happens to this kickoff. It's nothing crazy. It's a Buffalo. That is the herd. Who will win? The Buffalo? The Panther? The Buffalo or the Cats? But halftime here, we are in the lead by 7. And, well, Michigan demolished Oregon by more than 7. Jesus. Iowa beat UCLA by 3. That's a crazy stat. And Alabama beat down Texas A&M. That Iowa, though, is insane. As we see our rushing stats, a $102 and a $119 for each team respectively. And a touchdown for each. Will the running games be corralled by the defenses? As Marshall's going to start out with the pass for 9. And there's Watson. He has room to the 45, near the 50, and a big gain. The running game is on demand. The screen game, however, is not, as that's a loss of 1. And now we see a little RPO out to Watson. We protect this one perfectly, make it a 3rd and 9. Throw another screen. What are we doing? What are they doing? I know what we're doing. We're stopping the screen and we're going to hand it off to Wilder. But then what are we doing with no gain there? Gonna be another handoff. Wilder cuts it up the field off the edge. And that's a 3rd and 3. Dropping back. Blitz is there. We throw behind it. Lions gets a block to the 40, the 50, the 40 of the herd. Marshall territory. And what a great play. Lions with over 100 yards on the day. 4 catches for 111. And look at this block. Goes underneath. And just, I see it. I go, whoop. And that is a good block. And that is a big gain there for Lions. Getting him involved. Play action there is Stanley taken down from behind. Good pressure off the edge. The 3rd and 18. Pressure up the middle. He throws, and that's immediately a 3rd and long. Looking has time. We're going to go over the middle and just get in a field goal territory as we have the big leg of the man, the myth, the legend, and that is in there for a good field goal. Wearing the 98 as a kicker is diabolical, which is why I like it. Let's drop back here. Fox looking in a slant game out wide, and that is Bolden out there with a catch and a 1st down. Watson in the backfield, tight end on the left side. Throw underneath, and that is tight coverage. Well, that's small gain. And we send a blitz up the middle on this one. We rush 3 and a blitz up the middle, and that is a great play. A 3rd and 7, throwing off his back foot, and that's picked. Gates with the pick, and we have ourselves an opportunity to do it all. We could go up 27-10 off an Aaron Gates interception. I mean, he's there. I don't know what he's thinking. He's trying to be out here looking stylish, not like Flood was last game, but he doesn't have the talent. And we go to McGee underneath for a gain of 6. The shotgun trips left. While they're in the backfield, goes out. They send 5. And we will just move the change to a Reynolds pass underneath. McGee in motion to the left side. Dropping back. Looking, and we're going to roll away from the pressure. But there's a QB spike going for it. And it's off the mark. Wilder was open. Dropping back. Pressure off both edges. We're going to put that to Hollier. That'll make it a 3rd and 4. Dropping back, looking, pressure up the middle, off the back foot. Wilder gets that one, breaks a tackle, close to the sticks. And we're going to go for it. 4th and 1. Single back set, quick throw. Hollier is pulled for the 1st down. A little pistol formation, play action rolling away. Looking, has room in front of him. Stanley slides into the end zone for a touchdown. Let's go Panthers is what everyone's saying in the stands at home. 27-10 against the herd. What a crazy game. I mean, we started out not great the first couple of possessions, but we have turned it around since the couple turnovers. That's a 27-10 game. And we can start putting pressure out here as nowhere to go there for Watson. Fox mulling away from pressure, and we just need to keep everything in front of us and be smart. Looking at here out of the shotgun, dropping back, going into some space, and that's just a gap in the zone. And I mean, I'd rather cover the deeper routes, and that's kind of what happens. See, Stanley spraying the ball around. McGee has 9 targets, the most on the team, and he has a couple of drops, which is not great. Fox, a little play action. Touch pass over the middle, and what a great play. What a great touch pass, and Fox trying to get back in this game. Pressure in his face, and that is incomplete. Handoff to Watson up the middle and making it a 3rd and 4 out of the shotgun. Looking here. I don't know what that was on the left side, but he doesn't need that. It's underneath for the first down. Handoff to Watson. Has a couple of blocks into a 1st and goal from the 5. Going to be a keeper. Throw off his back foot, and that is just an error. Not a smart throw. Lucky it's not picked off. And a handoff here up the middle, going nowhere, trying to do a little power running. And it's a 3rd and goal, dropping back. What a touch pass, and it doesn't matter. There's blue jerseys all over that. So they will kick the field goal. Handoff here for Wilder up the middle. We just need to run down the clock, but also run down the football. Nice drop by McGee. Bro, it hit him right in the hands. This is getting as silly. But Wilder will move the chains on the outside of the 45 and be taken out of bounds at the 49. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Wilder trying to fight, and he takes a big hit. A little worse for wear. We're going to have to watch his health. We're going to give it to him again, taking a hit from behind. And a drop back. Looking. Pressure over the middle, and that's a big grab of the tight end to move the chains. Stanley. Play action. Looking. Dump it off to Wilder. There's a little issue. Up the middle. Wilder with a handoff. And yes, there's a little issue. Up the middle. Wilder with a handoff. And yes, there's a little issue with this video at the end, but it's just a little slowdown. We'll have to mess with it. Yeah. But it is what it is. We'll have fun playing it just the same as Stanley scrambling. Finds his man Reynolds underneath, and then I'll make it like 3rd and inches. We are running a ton of clock right now, and Wilder's not going to get it. A little single back formation with a 13 personnel with a 1st down. Hand off to Wilder. He breaks a tackle, but there's nothing but a herd of white jerseys there. They're going to send the blitz on the screen, and Wilder just does not have the speed right now with his injuries. 3rd and 12. Dropping back, looking. We're going to go underneath, and we're going to kick the field goal to make it a 30-13 game. That makes it a 3-possession game at this point, I believe. And so this likely puts it out of reach, but Fox playing for some pride here. Throwing it to his receiver out wide, dropping back after that 2-minute timeout. Fox looking. Gonna go, and what? Where's this touch that he had now in the second half? Where was it in the first half? Fox dropping back, looking, and that is good coverage there. 3 receivers in the same area. Not hard coverage to deal with. Fox going out wide. That makes it 3rd and 1. Looking here, Fox taking it. We send 4. We drop an extra one back off the line. Kind of a crowded line to do that, but just trying to keep everything in front of us. Clock's ticking. That one's up and almost picked off a little bit higher, but that is an incomplete pass. Dropping back, looking. Fox has time. Gonna go underneath again. Deep ball's not there. Dropping back, looking. Has time. Going underneath, and that is a little high, but that'll be a 1st down. We tick under a minute left to play. Pressure in his face. Goes underneath the Watson, and that is a 2nd inches from the 6. Dropping back, looking. Gonna move around. Ball's on the ground and recovered by an offensive lineman. So 3rd and 5. Clock is ticking. They have no timeouts. They're just playing for pride right now, and pride is all they have as that ball's thrown. Should have been in the locker room, but the invisible wall stops it. 4th and 5. Looking, rolling out right side. Man under. Man is under that deep zone portion. Maybe if we do a little man coverage, maybe, but Bolden gets the touchdown. They're going to do the hands team out here. Nothing crazy. And of course, our hands team easily gets it. I don't know what McGee's doing. I wasn't controlling that, but it's quite funny. Victory formation. Our first 4-0 start to a season. It's year 1. Obviously, we haven't played a lot of the big teams. Next episode is going to be a big game. We'll talk about those later in this one. But Wilder still over 100 yards. And we love to see this rushing game. This rushing game is doing great. And it's been the offense this last season. We've been a lot better this season than we were last season. So without further ado, let's talk about the stats and go on to the rest of the episode. What a game. Big scoring, 30 points. And I think Wilder has the most yards in college football right now. We'll take a look at that after when we go into next week. But I thought we played a pretty good game on the ground. $156, 30 rushes, 2 touchdowns. We had one by Stanley after rushing. They had 167 on the ground. We've been decently good of late in the air, but we give up 248 yards here in the air off 26 completions. So kind of nickel diming us down that last drive, but we're in a zone and we're just trying to keep everything in front of us just to see if we can get the ball back off a turnover or something like that. We did have 1 turnover. We did throw 1 interception. We did get that back. They did have a fumble that they lost. I'm not sure what's going on with this, but fundamentally the AI should have challenged that, but they didn't. So there's an issue with the challenge system in the game right now. I don't know what it is. We'll start with the player stats and TJ Stanley here. 21 to 36, 207, 1 interception, no touchdown because his touchdown is in the rushing departments. Wilder, Bucko 4 and 1 touchdown, a couple broken tackles, 21 carries. It's nice. Stanley at 39 yards and 1 touchdown. In the receiving, Lions over the century mark. Buck 11 off 4 catches, had a big long catch of 48. We had a couple of drops here by Reynolds, 2 by McGee, but ultimately the receiving core is a work in progress because of our throwing out of our quarterback right now. In the blocking, we had 4 pancakes and no sacks given up by the line, so that's good. Kobe Owens continuing his likely All-American season. We'll see if he ends up getting a trophy at this point because he is playing fantastic. 12 total tackles, 4 TFLs, no sacks today. It's an interesting bit that he's had a lot of sacks. Bransford's the one with the sacks today with 2, the true freshman playing on the defensive line. 1 interception by Aaron Gates, and we did have that forced fumble by Kobe Owens, so he's in there. Bransford also forced 1. McCray was the one that recovered that one, I think, by Owens and took that one to the house. Like, Owens might end up, if he keeps on playing, I know he's not going to be in the Heisman conversation, but it'd be crazy. It would be crazy to see a defensive player in there. 248 yards for AJ Fox off 26 completions on a 40, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. In the rushing here with Duke Watson, buck 53, he had that long run of 72 yards, broke out 220 plus yards. Actually one other one after that 72 yarder, just caught us with a bad angle with the safety position, and that's what happens. We had that fumble by Fox that led to our touchdown. In the receiving, Bolden with 89 yards and a touchdown. Mayweather had 82. Three long passes, all three over 20 yards. We're slowly getting that and dealing with that. They did give up 2 sacks here for us on the day. And, well, there was a lot of speed in this linebacking core. Yes, we weren't able to run all over them, but we were able to get the job done with some good defensive play. We only gave them 1 sack, and it was one off a blitz, I believe it was, so it's not on our line. DK Gilly is the one with the interception there. 3 pass deflections by Ains here in the middle, and then that will be your ball game. What we're seeing here, Mare looks pretty good. We're in a fight with Southern Alabama on that one. We're kind of losing this one against Western Kentucky, but with that week 5 look, next week we could have this one in the bag, and that would be an interesting one. JUCO junior transfer, we'd see him playing a tight end sooner rather than later. I want to get a second guy that can get out here and run routes at tight end, so we can play a little bit more 12 personnel in that. Bandy, no real competition here, but I do want to get this done with that one. Craziness of the running backs, and if Wilder is top of college football. Odom does hard commit to Kentucky, so that is unfortunate. We do miss out on that one. So nationally rushing, Wilder is tied right now against DJ Scott of NDSU. We have ran the football so well. Bro, that is looking insane. Next episode, we'll take on Arkansas State. Get through this whole fun time, because after that, the Arkansas State game is maybe a possible revenge game against Appalachian State. This is the team to beat right here on our half of the conference, and this is going to be one that is a must win at this point. I mean, we got Old Dominion also down here staring us, Monroe on the other side. North Dakota State is going to be our big one later in the year, but at the end of the day, these 2 games against 3-1 teams in the conference, and then Coastal Carolina's 3-1, those 3 games are probably going to highlight who is in the championship at this point, because Appalachian State and Coastal Carolina are both on our side, so that's something to remember. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Later.